Back and forth to India, I just could not keep my eyes closed. I wanted to spend time with my mother, obviously, but then obviously I could not just sit home all the time. And suddenly, being in US and suddenly coming in India, India has all the resources now. They have the best hospital, good doctors, but I mean, our parents and grandparents, I mean, I'm talking about the younger generation, their parents and grandparents still come from those times where neem ki patti, neem leaves, and turmeric or haldi, those nuksas. Or don't eat anything, diabetes, just don't eat less, eat healthy, forget about the medicines are hard, they're addicting. Those are so obsolete. I mean, the COVID, best example is COVID. 5,000 Americans, in India it was a lockdown, but in US, 5,000 Americans were dying every day, 5,000. And moment vaccine come, how many people are dying? No. I mean, we were scared to, that was the only time we both husband and wife were scared to death for our life every day. When the vaccine came, the day when we got it, you can't understand our sense of relief. Our children were so nervous, they begged us to live separately. They were worried that both parents, we may end up lose both the parents at the same time. So coming back, so I'm talking about giving a shock. What shock does, it resets the short circuiting the small damaged area. And what happens, then suddenly, electrical switches take over and they start beating the rhythm again. And this time, the heart or the electrical, they just ignore that area, and then they start beating again and pumping blood again. And you know what is the magic? Magic is that area is still alive for 72 hours. This is how the doctors say, but for 3 days. And we can open it up, we can bring it back, and then in close coordination with the doctors, you are 45, we can make you live for another 30 years. We can do so many things, but you have to stay in constant touch with the doctors, take advantage of the technology and medication, and you will live up to next 30 years. So 45 means 30 years means 75, or 45, 50 years go, suddenly die. I mean, you go home, suddenly gone, never woke up. I mean, think about your wife, think about your children, think about at 45, you are rising fast. Your boss just offered you a vice president position. You are making 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs rupees a month, and then you're gone. Think about what you can do in next 30 years. You will be very important part of the Indian community. You will be guiding younger generation. You will be leading an organization, or you will be a professor. You will be a professor. You will be most important is to your own family. You are very important to your wife and to your children. By the way, youngish women are protected because of the female hormone. Female hormones are very protective of heart attack, but they lose that protection after they enter menopause. I mean, God has, because they are mothers, maybe God has given them this protection. This is the God's creation to the women, the young mothers. So point is, so with the, like I said, with the proper knowledge, and I mean, what we do is, once we can, either we do not let happen those 5 minutes, or during the 5 minutes, if we can make you revive, we can really keep you very, very healthy in next 25, 30 years. Dick Cheney, the vice president, I mean, he was in late 70s, he has heart attacks, he got bypass surgery, and he got a heart transplant done at age 70. I mean, he got a whole new heart. My son, who just started his ICU rotation, just started residency training after finishing medical college, and he told me about this 40 years old with a very low ejection fraction. First thing I asked him is probably because of sarcoidosis. It's a medical condition. So first thing I asked my son, well, he must be on transplant list. Yes, very next day, their team decided to put him on the transplant list. So point is, heart is so crucial. So thank you for watching this video. Please continue watching next videos. I will give them a number. My team will give them a number. This is next step, living longer. And this, all these videos are focused on heart, and you will get a deep insight into your heart, and I will explain you in a very common sense way what you can do. And once you have the knowledge, it's up to you. And I'm sure you are middle class educated, and you will take advantage of this knowledge. And it was on on the front page of India Today Silent Killer a few months back, and I'm gonna analyze that article also for you. And and I'm writing this book. This is your next step, living longer. You write it to us, we'll send you a PDF. And like I said, just get your blood test done, send it to your report. We will analyze, dictate it, basic picture, dictate it, and then send it to you, send it back to you, and no charge to you. We just wanna tell you, at least for first 100 people will do it. After that, if we get too many people, then we may start charging you some money. But first 100 people who send, I will analyze it for you and dictate it. I will turn it on you very quickly. Basic fundamental gold standard blood test, you can tell everything quickly. And obviously, if anything is, it's very rarely most of us do well. And then I can give you direction, at least give you an insight into your medical report. But those blood tests are very, very important. All the top medical bodies in USA is 18 years and older, because we are medicine doctor. 18 years is before that you under care of pediatrician. About 16, 17, 18 we start taking care of you. So rest of the year, once a year, rest of the life, you have to do those gold standard blood tests. Those tests are so important. They can tell you beforehand which direction your life is going. We can catch it, and we can give you the medically speaking right direction to your life. Thank you so much.